Hey everyone, we just got back from an incredible trip with our mission partners in Rwanda. So this is Pastor Josh here, and I am joined today by Colby and Alicia, who were some of the members that came with us on our trip, along with Pastor Tim and John. And we are just here to talk a little bit about what we experienced. In addition to being my first time, it was also, Colby, it was your first time. So what was your kind of most surprising thing that maybe didn't meet your initial expectations of our time there?
I think a lot of the preparation up to it, I was worried about malaria and mosquito bites and the water and, rabid dogs and, all sorts of things that they tell you to prepare for. What I didn't realize is it is probably one of the cleanest, friendliest, safest countries that I've ever been to. It was incredible.
Yeah, it really was. Now, Alicia, this was not your first time. I think we counted you were somewhere north of your 10th trip there at the very least. What's the biggest change that you've seen that you're excited to see continue seeing?
So I started going to Rwanda back in 2003. So before the 10-year anniversary or commemoration of the genocide. The country is an entirely different place. We've been partners with the Lutheran Church of Rwanda since about 2004, 2005. And it's just incredible to see what God has in store for this country and these communities. The churches that they're building are incredible. We used to meet in sort of dilapidated houses, and those are no longer there. They actually have structures and buildings. Their congregations are growing. They're just doing a lot of really great, phenomenal work out there.
Yeah, it's really exciting to kind of see, even just from the pictures on my side, the old church buildings versus some of the buildings that we've helped to set up. And we were able to buy the pastor for that church and for some surrounding churches a vehicle. So Pastor Eddie, we helped through all of your giving and through all of your support. We're able to get him this really cool, very comfortable ride. And yet it's not just for his own transportation. They said they called it the church's ambulance, Pastor Eddie's ambulance. Alicia, do you want to say a little bit about why they call it the ambulance?
Yeah, so Rwanda is a country that is growing. They have a lot of new roads, but not all of them. So transport is still a little difficult. And so they are able to provide this service for not just church members, but for the entire community. They reach out to Pastor Eddie, especially women who are in labor and need to get to the hospital, or if someone's very sick. So Pastor Eddie took this upon himself as sort of being very privileged and honored that we bestowed this gift on him, and he's now giving back to the community. And he is well known in the community as someone who supports them, and they are able to call any hour of the day to get a ride and to actually get medical care.
Yeah, I think that's really awesome and really important. What were some of the projects that you were starting to hear about some of their plans and hopes for helping just the wider community that you think we might be able to continue to support?
Yeah, as Josh mentioned and Alicia, it's definitely a developing country. So there are people that don't know how to read, that don't know how to write, and Eddie has been using that congregational space to help others learn to read and write. And I think a credit to the history that this church has had with Rwanda and the leadership there. One of the medical clinics that we had helped developed, I believe, years ago, has now in its own spawned 3 more clinics. So the support that this church has had for specific projects continues to give back and continues to develop. So it was pretty amazing just how what seems like a simple thing or a specific project grows and has legs and has a growing impact for that community. It's pretty amazing. It really inspired me to think about how can we use our gifts in our own communities in more active ways.
Thank you for all your continued support of the mission and ministry of God through this place so that we can do truly incredible things with the people of the Lutheran Church in Rwanda. So thank you again, and now let's get back to it.